Jacqueline Harris, MSW, is a producer and talk show host of I Have a Dream Too, Empowering You. She is also the founder and CEO of a nonprofit organization called I Have a Dream Too, Inc. I had to, just me. Jacqueline is an entrepreneur, empowerment coach, motivational speaker, and visionary. She believes that all people can redefine their purpose, their place, and their possibilities through determination, persistence, and tenacity. Jacqueline has begun to crystallize her goals. Without difficulty, she continues to make plans daily to achieve all possibilities. With her supreme confidence, determination, and disregard for obstacles and other people's criticisms, she will carry out her plans. Why? I have a dream too. Jacqueline knows she can dream anything that she wants to dream. That's the beauty of the human mind. Jacqueline can do anything she wants to do. That is the strength of the human will. Most importantly, Jacqueline trusts herself to test all limits. This will be Jacqueline's courage to succeed. Come join me on this journey of empowerment because you have a dream too.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my show, I Have a Dream Too, Empowering You. And tonight is going to be real exciting. I have a really exciting guest. Dr. Tyrone Bennett is going to be on with us this evening, and he's going to be talking about all the great things that he's done and how he's been empowering youth and different people in walks of life. But I just wanted to say that I'm looking forward to the journey of empowerment and being able to inspire people to create some determination in others who may be listening or viewing this show, and encouraging others to dream. There has to be some persistence in all of this, and as I'm being persistent, I hope that my viewers will be also. So I also think that I'm going to start off with a quote, which I think is real important to help move this show today, and I'm going to read it, and it says, "We all make mistakes, have struggles, and even regret things in our past. But you are not your mistakes. You are not your struggles. You are here now with the power to shape your day and your future." So I think that's real important because we need to create our future, and we are here to redefine our purpose, our place, our possibilities. So at this point, I'm going to introduce my new guest this evening. Dr. Tyrone Bennett, a longtime friend, person here who has agreed to come on this journey with us, and we look forward to a great show this evening. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about Dr. Tyrone Bennett. He has 25 years experience as a research engineer, educator, author, and infrastructure technologist. He has several years of experience as an administrative science and technology program at Stony Brook and Hofstra Universities. He has received a multitude of awards, including the Black Men of Distinction Award from New York State Senate. He holds a Master of Science degree in Technology Management from Stony Brook University and a Doctorate of Education from St. John's University, School of Education for Leadership and Accountability. Dr. Bennett is founder of a nonprofit called Model Student Education Center, catering toward mentoring and motivating students to succeed from grade school to college. He is currently working on a textbook for math and science and an academic book for students and leaders. He is a published author on several books. So, welcome, Dr. Bennett.
Thank you for having me.
Great, great, great. So, you've been quite busy, I see.
Yes, ma'am.
Good,
Absolutely.
good. And so, where did you start with all of this? 25 years of experience and working in empowering and inspiring and just getting it and pulling it all together. So let's talk a little bit about that. Where did this all begin?
Well, it really, began. Well, first of all, I'm proud of you, I must say.
Thank you.
Knowing you for several years now. For me, it started in high school.
Okay.
I had a great mentor. One of my favorite teachers was my math teacher. Mm-hmm. She talked about, what she did, back in the 50s and early 60s in terms of her career and what she wanted to do. My math teacher was really a point in my life, and my technology teacher. He was an engineer.
Okay.
He was a World War II survivor and veteran. And what he did, he designed missile casing for submarines.
Oh.
And one of the things that got me interested is I was selected one of 7 students in Far Rockaway High School to be part of a technical program.
Okay.
So with that, that high school had a lot of other programs, health science, technical, and the beginning of computers. But the engineering sector was my choice because of my tech teacher.
Okay.
Math being a required, skill for engineering, math and science. My math teacher was a divine woman. She's retired now.
Okay.
But she was a divine woman because she gave me the ability to use my gift because I have a love for math. So great to the point she allowed me to design the final exam.
Oh, wow, the final exam. Okay.
Yes, that was really unique. And I became a math tutor in the high school. So with all of that, and one of the key factors that was told of me by my tech teacher was, whatever you do, he said this to all the students, stay in school. This will keep you busy, keep you out of trouble, and keep you focused. So that's one of the main things that I did as a teenager, is that my love for school and my love for getting involved with the sciences, and the technology during that time. And that's what I did. I stayed in school, I focused, and then one day a teacher mentioned in the classroom about what we want to do in our future. She said, why don't you write yourselves a letter?
Okay.
Dear Tyrone,
Right.
I plan to be the world's most brilliant mechanical engineering scientist, write 7 books, travel the world, be a
Wow.
great motivator. So those are the things that we did in the class, wrote ourselves a letter, where we see ourselves 10, 15 years from now.
Oh, that's excellent.
And I did that. And the key factor, she said, to the class, mail it. Put a stamp on the envelope. Don't just write the letter and then put it in as a homework assignment. She wanted us to mail the letter to ourselves. We got it about 2 or 3 days later. And the thing that she said was, when you read that letter, when you open it up, you signed it, of course, you made a contract with yourself.
Right, a commitment to yourself.
Therefore, you can't fool no one but yourself. So
Right.
what you wrote, your words, your dreams.
That's right.
Go for it.
Right.
And I took it very seriously. Took it very seriously.
Wow, that's excellent. That's excellent. That's really showing, if we could do that in schools today.
I say it all the time.
If we can do that to our kids in school today, wow, how awesome that would be, in creating that vision board
Right.
that's necessary. So again, it's that ability to dream, that there are those possibilities
Correct.
that can exist if you just, take a moment and just make that contract, that commitment at that time. So where are you now? What are you doing now? You talked about, you have some published books and things going on. What are you doing?
Yes. Well, one of the things I love to do, it was funny because when I entered college, my first year, I came across that letter of mine.
Okay, that
and
reminder.
Yes, and what happened was I read it and I said, well, I'm majoring in mechanical engineering, so I'm doing that end of it. Well, the part about the books, I didn't start anything. So then I realized what, she said. This is a contract that you wrote, your words, you sign it. What are you going to do about it? So I set out and I took a creative writing course at New York City Technical College. At that time it was a 2-year school. Now it's a 4-year school, downtown Brooklyn.
All right.
And the creative writing course requirement was to write a short story, minimum of 2,500 words. You had to write a poem, 3 poems, a haiku, a free verse, and a sonnet. And you had to write a play with 3 scenes, 10 acts.
Okay.
So it was a lot of writing in the class.
Right.
So with the writing, it gave you that ability to, okay, writers write, And in this course, I wrote a story called the Springfield Horror. So I asked the instructor, I said, can I turn this into a novel?
Okay.
Because I'm trying to stick to, my letter. And he said, well, you can, but it's a long way off. Writing a book is not something that is easy. You may write 3,000 to 4,000 words, but this is a book we're talking about.
Okay.
So I stayed to it, and when I graduated that school, I went upstate, and what happened was I continued all three of those topics, the poem, the play, and the short story, I got an A on all three, got an A on the course, so that gave me motivation. And I decided to go ahead and write. And that professor, Professor K, he gave me the willingness to pursue because he edited the first three chapters.
Oh, really?
You know? And I ended up changing, the title.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
So I finally finished it, and it, I had to research the title because my thing is Stephen King, famous, writer, in the mystical, the thrillers, scary, but I felt he cannot scare me.
Oh, really?
So I came up with this whole idea, the eye of Mephistopheles.
Okay.
Mephistopheles is a Greek word. It means the personification of evil. Some call it, the devil or whatever. But this is based on a true story.
Oh, really?
When I grew up in Queens. Yes. So I feel, and it's so ironic, Halloween is near. So this book, The Eyes of Mephistopheles, will scare you to death. Not literally.
So you really into horror?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So you like scaring people?
Yes, I do. Yes,
okay.
I do.
All right. So I'll know that next time. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the things that I like is to write thrillers, horror movies. The other thing is I grew up in the church, so I visited a lot of different denominations. I'm, Protestant. My mother, she raised 4 boys. She had divorced my dad when I was younger. So the whole idea of growing up in the church, I've been in the Catholic church, I've been in the Baptist church, Pentecostal, Methodist. So, but the whole idea, I realized that with a lot of denominations, a lot of people have viewpoints on religion.
Sure they do.
And I have a lot of friends, even colleagues, professionals, of various religions, from Muslim to Taoism, to you name it.
Right.
So I said to myself, with all of this, we all are humans, what's going to happen when we all, pass and go on to heaven? Are we going to have all these denominations in heaven? I don't think so. So what I did was I began to research. I went to Manhattan Bible Institute during my first 2 years of college.
Oh, you've been all over the place.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I studied the Bible. Genesis has always been my favorite book. So I studied the Bible, studied the scriptures, both Old and New Testament. And as I met a lot of, friends as I got older, and them being in various religions, I decided, why not write, a book based on various religions, but because I'm Christian, why not ask the question, the Bible, comma, is it believable, question mark, if not, what then?
Right.
And that book will be coming out in the next probably 5 weeks.
Okay.
So it basically talks about various things in the Christianity faith, other religions, in comparison, where people who are, religious, and they read the Bible, but then a lot of people feel that it's not. It's a book. It's just a book. It's just a story. It's a bunch of stories. So I go into a little, concepts, precepts, and I question, not so much a question a person's faith, but since the Bible, which is the #1 bestseller, it's been translated in so many, languages. Right. And it's one of those books of antiquity that a lot of people are skeptical about because of the stories, and because of the controversy.
Right. It brings about. Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that was one of the things that stayed with me, and I decided after 15 years of studying the Bible, going to Bible school for almost 3-4 years while I was going to college at the same time, and visiting various churches and having conversations with a lot of people of various religions, I decided, why not dip into this question about the Bible itself and other people's viewpoints on that.
Right. Okay.
So I decided to write that book.
Okay, that's good. So what we're going to do is we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about where your books are going to be at, and we're going to take a little break right now.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Welcome back, and I'm here with Dr. Tyrone Bennett, and we were just talking about his books that he's published, and he's talked about, you know, a particular book that is thriller-based, I guess, or horror-based and so forth, and we were just left off with where you can find these books.
Yes.
So you maybe want to talk to us a little bit where we can find these books.
Yes, the books can be found on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble,
Okay.
Or Ex Libris. You know, they can call. I don't have that number. I believe that number is an 800 number. But Barnes & Noble for sure, and Amazon.com.
Okay.
They can find the books. Any bookstore.
And this is the book on the thriller here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. This is the one, okay. And it's the Eye of the
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles. Okay,
Yes.
that's a big word to take all in.
Yes.
Okay, this is the scary book. Okay,
Halloween
it was
is
scary.
near.
Halloween is near, so if you all want to get scary, then read this book, The Eye of the
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles. Okay, all right. So you mentioned something about you also going on a book tour. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, I plan to tour in South Carolina at a Barnes & Noble in South Carolina at the Northwood Mall. From there, I'll be in.
And when will that be?
That'll be in. It'll be confirmed next week, but it'll be in November.
Oh, November.
Probably after Thanksgiving and December 6th. December 6th. That'll be in South Carolina, and then I'll be in New York, 34th Street, Barnes & Noble. There will be also two others in New Jersey.
Okay. So it would be on all the books now that you have published, or just one particular book?
There are two.
Okay.
Yes. There's the Bible is it believable?
Okay.
If not, what then? That is going to be on the bookstores in the next 5 weeks.
Okay.
That's going to be released. And that too, I plan to have a bookstore, a book signing will be in 2 different malls. One mall will be Rosewood Field. That's going to be later on just before Christmas.
Oh.
And then it's going to be in Queens.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm looking forward in that. And those who are definitely interested, again, that'll be Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or
Okay.
XLibris.com.
All right, great. So you're pretty busy to the end of the year, of course, with all the book tours
Yes.
and things of that nature. And it's great in terms of people being able to read your work and also to feel inspired by that letter of commitment that was done when,
Right.
how old were you?
I was 15.
When you're 15 years old, and it just defined your purpose for you, you
Yes.
know, and it helped you keep on track to create those possibilities. And
Right.
look what it's done. You said that you had a goal of 7 books,
Yes.
okay, that you wanted to be able to get published, and you're on 3 so far.
Correct.
Okay, so you got 4 more to go. All right,
I'm
I
working at
guarantee
it.
that you'll
Yes.
get it done. Okay, and how much more of the scary books you're gonna come with?
Well, there has to be a sequel
Oh,
to the
a
I Am
sequel.
Mephistopheles.
Okay.
And I'm about 3 chapters into that.
Oh, wow.
Because as you read this book, it doesn't end. It doesn't end.
It doesn't end. It keeps
doesn't
going?
End. Correct.
Okay.
And it's going to keep going. So there has to be a sequel to that.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the 3rd chapter of that.
Okay.
The 3rd book that I started is called The Anatomy of a Model Student.
Mm.
And basically, that is my life starting from middle school through college and in a profession or as a professional. The Anatomy of a Model Student talks about young folks in middle school making it through high school and accomplishing the goal of getting your degree in college. It's a book about tips and ideas, study skills, time management. It's a book that parents should read, teachers should adapt to, because there's a lot in there. I talk about the history of education, where we were as a nation, where we're going to be, in the future. Talk about No Child Left Behind,
Right.
Common
So
Core.
what do you think this book will do for where we are now in the education system and children who struggle, okay, in the education system? How will this book influence, okay, others to be able to kind of galvanize all of the things that are necessary to make a child academically successful?
Well, one of the, and foremost, from my experience, and I'm talking close to 17 years of dealing with middle school, high school students, even college level students, is understanding students. Now, I'm a father, 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl, and I understand the dynamics of how kids can be and how they can be either selfish, or they can be, not wanting to do schoolwork, that type of thing. But one of the things that I found out as a substitute teacher in Wyandanch School District, I find that a lot of students, certain subjects, they sort of like stay away from, like
Right.
mathematics.
Right.
And I find a lot of girls or boys don't like math, and a lot don't read. So it's important, and this is something that teachers should really home in on, that students should read. Reading, yes, is fundamental, but it's very important.
Right.
Reading, a good reading level will help a student improve in math. And what I do, I show students how math is so important, to know and understand. I'll have this slogan: if you can read well, you can do math great.
Right. And you also mentioned something about you got into this math thing whereby in your younger years you were even a bridge inspector, and you tied it into the STEM program.
Yes.
So you were a bridge inspector. How you way up high in the
Back in-
sky? How you do that? You know what I mean? Or way down deep in the water? I don't know.
In my early years as an engineer, I worked for New York State Department of Transportation as a transportation inspector 2 level, whereas I inspected roads, bridges, and highways.
Okay.
And that side I became an infrastructure technologist. When I worked at Stony Brook University as a research engineer, I was appointed the first and perhaps the only infrastructure technologist. And with that, because of my background in engineering, as I move in my career, as my profession as an engineer and as an administrator in the academia, I learned that this can really be a bridge to student understanding mathematics. So what I did, I taught a course, wrote a curriculum, called it Math by Design.
Math by
And
Design.
what it is I took geometry, engineering, physics, all about bridge design. And in that course, which was a 12-week course for juniors and high school students, what it was, I gave students the opportunity to build 3 bridge models to really understand what engineers do in designing bridges. We talked about the physics, like for example, if there are there are cars, trucks on a bridge, if there's an accident, how to calculate the impact, to understand the stress and forces of a bridge.
Now, does that program exist anywhere in the education system? Does the STEM program offer children the ability to,
Well, not of that caliber.
yeah,
Certain programs, after school programs.
what would be something that could be created? Because I don't hear enough about that, in regards to simply being a bridge inspector. And, there's always, as a kid, you wonder who's going up that high, okay, to check on some bridge. But you have to be able to, as you said, an infrastructure,
Yes.
technologists to do that. And so the whole idea really with what you're doing and the things that you have so deeply involved in, your passion that you've had is how do we get to empower others, okay, through the STEM program, through the books and so forth, and you tied it in together to make an enterprise for
Right.
yourself. And
Yes.
so, like this show, as I said, is I Have a Dream Too, all right? And we know that there are obstacles and things that get in people's way, anybody, men, women, children, what have you.
Right.
And so what do you think would be something or some things that we could tell people based on your experience, okay, that could help people to move those obstacles better, okay? And especially for our kids. I do have a passion for youth and so forth, as I see in what's happening with our children.
Right.
And so what do you think are some things that could help influence?
Well, one of the main factors that I tell students, especially when I was at university, is to find a role model, a true role model, and mentoring. Mentoring is so important because I was mentored. I have 3 key mentors, 2 passed away, 1 is still alive, but mentoring is so important.
Right. So you mentioned you're in the Wyandanch school
Yes.
district, and
Substitute.
right, and one of the districts that is struggling academically with improving scores for the state and math and English and so forth. And
Right.
so, if we're looking for a mentor, okay, and a particular child that's struggling, how do we get there?
Well, 2 things. Number 1, in my experience, especially at Wyandanch, I tell students, first of all, and I'm not on, this bandwagon to badmouth any school or any
No,
person.
it's not about that.
Okay.
It's just hold that note, okay, because we're going to take a break.
Sure.
Okay, and we'll get right back to it. So we're going to take a break right now, and we'll be right back.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face.
Goodbye.
Oh no! It's like you got I don't. Power.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power. It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Spice body spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power. Old Spice body spray can change a regular smelling man into a man
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your #1 resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the #1 supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive. Selected for their unique, memorable flavor, Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Hey, we're back with Dr. Tyrone Bennett, and we're just having a blast up here. We're talking about all of the good things that he's been involved in and what he has coming forward and what have you. And so we left off with, we were talking about a mentor, things that you felt that a child would need who's struggling and mentors. And I know that in the school system it's very hard to do that, you know. And I'm wondering, through your experience, how does a child get that, you know, because there's so much of that is needed in our school system.
Well, this is where the teachers come, you know, and get involved, is to make a kid, whether it's middle school or high school, comfortable. Typically, I like to home in on middle school, you know, kids, because they are, that area, that age group is so important. Because there are a lot of, you know, kids in high school, some of them are lost. They're not going to make it, unfortunately. A couple of years back in this nation, there was almost 2 million kids drop out of high school every year in the United States. They have improved, you know, in the last 2 years it has improved, but I strongly feel the middle school kids are so important, especially for teachers, especially those teachers who are listening. It's so important that you reach these kids in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, because they're the ones, you know, who are looking up to you. I often tell parents, keep in mind, you are the hero of your children. They look at you as being that Superman or that, you know, Wonder Woman, because who else they're going to look to? Who is their benchmark for life?
So for especially for teachers who are overwhelmed a lot of times by children's behavior and just trying to get that academics stuff out, instruction done each and every day. And so for anybody who's listening that may be thinking about going into teaching, or a teacher who's struggling, how can they redefine themselves to maintain in the teaching academia?
Well, I have this that I told one of the vice presidents at City University not too long ago. I have this unique setup called Triple F.
Triple F, okay.
Triple F. Yes, if you go in with that concept, Triple F is friendly. You have to be friendly, no matter how you look at it. Because the bottom line is, a smile from an adult to a kid, it speaks volumes. Because smiling is not only, you know, good for you, laughter is good for the soul, but smiling in a kid, it radiates that, okay, they're safe. I can trust and confide in that individual because that person is smiling with me and I'm a kid. That's very important. Friendly, being friendly. That should be your approach, you know, towards any child. I strongly feel all children can learn.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Now, Triple F, first F, friendly. Very important. Second, fair. You have to be fair because adults too, fair is important because you don't know what caused you to have issues. When I was director at City University, one of the things I found in my staff was the night before, coming the next day, what happened was...
We're going to go to a commercial break right now.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hogshair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Sorry about that interruption.
No problem.
So you were just talking about triple F.
Triple F.
Okay.
Yes. And the first letter F.
I'm not going to tell you what that sounds like to me.
Triple F. I practice this for a number of years now, and you got to be friendly.
Right.
Teachers friendly in the classroom. Smile. Say good morning. That burst of energy.
Absolutely,
so
I agree.
important. And then be fair. Because you have to be fair among, if you're a teacher in the classroom, among the students. Because maybe the kid had a rough day. Maybe they got a spanking the night before. Something disrupted their day. It's a new day. So be fair and ask that child, what happened? Johnny, Sally, you okay? Is it all right? But smile with that and be fair. Don't be so quick to, rule and give judgment on them. So you got to be fair. And then when you're friendly and you're fair, the last F, you got to be firm. Because now they understand she means business. He means business. And, moms and dads, you can practice triple F at home. As a director and professional and manager, I practice triple F. I even do it in my own, with my kids. It's so important because being friendly with a smile, being fair with compassion, and then be firm, that's it.
So this is somehow another... need to get this out to the schools because I've never heard this before, but I do believe in the concept because it is very important that children need to be able to walk out that day and go to school and feel, empowered, and feel like, yes, I am worthy to be able to succeed, in their academics and so forth. But that's definitely something that, I feel that should be marketed around every single school.
It's important.
And sometimes even with teachers coming to school, sometimes they bring their own stuff and interferes with the academic instruction for the child. But so I think that, and where we are right now and all the wonderful things that you've been doing and about to do, and then you said you have a textbook coming out.
Yes.
Okay, also. So you're doing a lot of writing here, okay?
This is true. Yes.
Your hand doesn't get tired?
No, man, that it doesn't, because my mind is always going.
I know, I
can
see.
I've always been full of energy.
Yes.
I was the third son, and I was always daring. Always put my, my best foot forward because it was said to me, you don't have a second time for first impressions. So this math book is called Math by Design. And basically, it talked about what I said earlier in terms of geometry, engineering, physics, all about bridges, because it embraces mathematics, It embraces in the classroom with students that they can be part of a team to build something and have that sense of accomplishment and to actually go see a real bridge. Because when I taught that course, we went to the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, wow.
And they saw all of the bridge span, under the bridge. There was some.
Now, how do you see under the bridge?
Well,
How do you?
Well, no, the Brooklyn Bridge, you can actually walk before you go towards where the water is. And for us, which was good, there was a lot of construction going on.
Okay.
So a lot of the students actually saw some of the parts as we described in the classroom. We talked about soil, we talked about materials, we talked about impact, we talked about the first stone, you know, about the history of the Brooklyn Bridge. So my goal is to teach this again, you know, next year, next school year season, but at the same time to have that textbook, Math by Design, by yours truly. And one of the principals in Queens, she can't wait till I finish that book.
Oh, wow.
You know, so that's
I think
one
that's
of my
very, very
passions
important.
today.
I'm like, wow, this has been awesome in terms of just the, you know, things that you've done and what you're doing. But what does Dr. Tyrone do to relax?
Oh.
Okay.
Well, one of the things, I love to travel.
Okay.
You know, I like going places, you know, that type of thing. God knows I love to eat.
Okay.
You know, I'll try anything once, you know, and I'll keep coming back, you know, that type of thing. And I love to play handball. You know, back in the day as a teenager, I was called the deadly lefty. I was Far Rockaway #1.
Okay.
Some of the guys that's, you know, my age now,
There
I
you
say,
go.
yeah,
Yeah,
try
right.
that. You say that now, but not back in the day. But that's what I like to do. And meeting people from various countries. You know, I speak a little Korean.
Oh, really?
You know, got my Spanish. Every now and then I kick on with the Spanish.
Well, what do you know in Korean?
Well, greetings. You know,
Greetings,
annyeonghaseyo, you know, hello,
Okay,
good day,
hello,
you know,
hello.
type of- subaseyo, you know, with
there
a
you
bow,
go.
you know,
All right.
goodbye, have a nice
Right.
day. You know, yavo to the women, you know, honey.
Oh,
you know, that
okay.
type. So every now and then, you know,
All
I'll let the Korean, you know, come out
of you, okay.
Yes, that type of thing. You know, so these are the things that relaxes me.
Okay.
You know, and talking to young people, you know, and ask them questions. You know, so what do you want to be 5 years from now? You know, I remember going to the classroom talking to high school students. How many of you plan to be doctors, lawyers, or whatever? Then I asked them that question, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And quite often, a lot of students say, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a basketball player, whatever like that. So then I asked them, what are you doing now to make it, you know, from year 1 to year 4? You know, I tell them that. I said, then you have to stay focused. Because if you don't stay focused, you're going to be derailed.
Right.
I tell the girls, the boys ain't going nowhere. You know, Romeo is going to be there 5 years from now. If he really cares about you, he'll work with you.
Right.
You know, I tell the guys the same thing. You know, Juliet, where's she going to be 5 years? If you both stay focused and you both reach that goal, you'll be successful.
Right.
You know, and I say it with a smile.
Okay. And the triple F.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, there you go.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it sounds like something to me that in terms of motivational speaking,
Yes.
Is it something that you thought about that you want to do?
All
what
the
have
time,
you?
and
Okay.
I still do. I was
Okay.
invited to an engineering conference back in February of this year with Boeing Corporation. I was a speaker there on the panel. I've been a panel speaker on a lot of various professional organizations. This is something that I find myself to relax is when I go to another state, whether it be California, Chicago, and if I'm on the list to speak or do a presentation, whether it be in the technical field or youth motivation, I would do that.
Right.
Because this, I feel complete. I feel complete.
Right. I think that, in terms of the motivational speaking, 3 things that I heard that I haven't heard before, but I believe that is definitely needed, was the letter of commitment.
Yes.
The triple F, okay, and the third one was?
Oh, friendly? Oh, triple F?
Triple F, right. And just in terms of just making things happen, okay, and making kids focused, and even adults for that matter.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's not just really geared towards children, but it's adults as well that may be struggling in whatever obstacles or what have you. We need to find ourselves in different places, okay?
Absolutely.
And again, it's about creating those possibilities that are necessary to move, a mass of people, a population of people that may be stuck in certain things or issues that may be consistently reoccurring, but you know what? They don't even have any ideas of how am I going to get there. So I really would like to be on the journey of motivation with you, okay,
Very good.
and come up with something that we can spread the word across the country and travel and so forth, you know, because that is one of my things. That's why I'm sitting here behind the water, okay, to, you
Very
know,
good.
remind me, you know, that I like being by the water, and I want to be able to travel more and, you know, see different places and
Well, something
speak a
must
little
be-
bit of that Korean.
Korean.
We can say that again?
Very good, very good.
Yeah, so, you know, we talked about a lot of stuff here, and again, we're just going to go back over your books and where they can find them. And you said The Eye of the...
The Eye of Mephistopheles.
Right, I'm not... okay.
The Eye of Mephistopheles.
And this book is out now, okay?
Yes, it is.
And it can be found where again?
Amazon.com.
Okay,
BarnesandNoble.com.
Okay.
Or Exlibris.com.
okay. All right, great. And then your other book is the...
The Bible.
Right,
Is it believable?
right.
If not, what then?
Okay.
And that too will be out in about 4 to 5 weeks. Amazon, Barnes and Noble, a
Okay.
local bookstore near you.
Okay, and your textbook will be out next year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great, great, great. So we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have 2 practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
We are back again with Dr. Bennett. Wow, he's been incredibly busy. He has been on a roll this evening. And so I just want to thank you so much for coming on to the show and sharing your journey with us. And Like I said, I definitely want to be able to get with that motivational speaking.
Okay.
Let's fly off somewhere,
Very
okay?
good, very
We can
good.
do that. And then just finally, you mentioned also that you put forth students through the doctorate program. What's that about?
Yes, I actually I wasn't their advisor
Right.
per se, but I assisted. The administrator at St. John's University had asked me to assist these students. One was a priest who needed some assistance, and since I'm always there,
Like a mentor.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And since I was always there, you know, sitting in my little computer area, you know, when I did all my dissertation writing, you know,
Okay.
late at night, just doing all those things. So I was called upon, you know, to do that, and I assisted these students, and they completed. I was very grateful, you know, free of charge, you know,
Wow.
just humble spirit
Giving
that I
back.
have.
Right.
Absolutely, that's
Giving
very
back.
important. Giving back,
Giving
absolutely.
back. Great, great, great. So now, where can everyone find you, Dr. Bennett? Your social networks?
I have a LinkedIn
Okay,
go ahead. Account, Dr. Tyrone Bennett. Actually, it can be, Dr. Tyrone Bennett. I have a Twitter account. You know, I'm on Twitter, Facebook. You know, that's Tyrone, Tyrone, because someone used to call Try One, Tryone. I have a credit card that says Try One, and they spelled it wrong, so it's Tyrone.
Okay.
Bennett, Bennett.
Is there L in the middle?
L, yes.
Yes, Tyrone L. Bennett.
L. Bennett,
Okay, yes.
Just to make sure, very good.
Okay.
Yes, and Instagram. I have an Instagram account as well.
Okay. Email address?
Email address, you can email me at Tyrone, that's Tyrone, Tyrone, B as in boy, NNTT@gmail.com, or one math infusion, okay, at Gmail. That's the number one, math infusion at gmail.com.
Okay. And your phone number?
Yes, I can be reached at 631 area code 889-1110.
Okay. And you can also call in last few minutes of the show for any questions or comments or even some concerns, and that's streaming out on the show now, the phone number to the studio. So this has been a powerful, powerful evening. I'm real excited. I'm glad you came on and just, gave your story and what your commitment has been. Those 7 commitments have really, really made an impact on your life, okay? And so we need to do that for others. We need to empower. We need to be able to allow others to say, I have a dream too.
Yes.
It has to happen. And so I always said that the message is I had to, which again are the acronyms for I have a dream too. Just ask me. Because if we don't ask our children, our adults, okay, who knows that you even have a dream because you have maybe so many obstacles and issues or fear, okay? But sometimes just asking, just ask me, okay? And you find out, well, I didn't know you had a dream like that, and how you can create them to be able to, make it happen, make that dream come true. And so the things that your teacher did for you back when you were 15 years old, okay, allowed you to make your dreams come true. You've got seven books that you want to, like you said, to get out published, and you've got 3 out already. So you are realizing your dream. And again, the show has been just so powerful. If for I Have a Dream Too, you can find me on Twitter now. You can find me on Facebook. And also you can email at I Have a Dream Too 2013 at gmail.com. And we'll be back again next week with another powerful show. And again, just one more time, where are your books going to be?
Well, let me give that number, 1-888-795-4274. That's
And that number is what?
That's exlibris.com. That's the publisher. Again, 1-888-795-4274. Amazon.com and Barnes & Nobles.
Okay. All right, and you can get the Eye of the Madhousetv.
Very good.
There I go. I did it. Okay, I didn't break it up. Okay, and just in time for Halloween. Okay,
Oh, yes.
And maybe you might want to do a play with that. Who knows? Okay,
Or a movie.
There you go. Okay,
Yes.
so that's real important too. So this has been wonderful, and again, like I said, we'll be here next week every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. So if you're interested in being a guest on the show, You can call 516-945-9390. You can call and speak with me directly. In addition to that, even if you don't live in the local area here in the Suffolk County area, if you live in California or you live in London or wherever it may be, we can Skype you right in to the studio, so you do not have to be local in order to be on the show. And so right now we're just going to close it down with a quote. I think this has been a wonderful, wonderful experience with you and sharing, and I'm looking forward to going on that motivational ride with you.
Good.
Okay? So my quote to close out for this evening is, growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. And so that will conclude my evening tonight with I Have a Dream Too, Empowering You TV talk show. And again, I just want to thank Dr. Bennett for his time and coming out and sharing, and it has been a blast. And
Thank you.
and
Yes.
we will be going places.
Very
Okay.
good, very
I don't
good.
know if I can read the book because I'm scared of horror, but you know.
Just keep the lights on.
Oh, I don't know if the lights will work. Okay. You said it never ends, so I have to
Yes.
keep running. I don't know, but nonetheless, like I said, it's been an awesome time, and I'm thankful, you know, for coming out and doing this, and I'm looking forward to empowering others through all of this, because I know that there's someone out there that's listening or viewing or both, and that if we can reach out and be able to empower you in some form or fashion, then you know what, we did a heck of a job. So, or you may know someone who needs to feel empowered as well. You know, hey, pass the word on, because you can reach me at area code 516-945-9390. You could also email me at ihaveadream2, that's TOO, at gmail.com. And then also you can find me on Facebook under Jacqueline Harris, as well as you can follow me on Twitter, actually. So this has been good, and I appreciate all of the work that has been put into, you know, having this powerful show today. And you're welcome to come back anytime,
Oh, thank
okay?
you.
And give us some updates on things that you have completed and so forth, and where you're at, and how you're coming along with your book tour and your Amazon show, Amazon.com, and what have you. And what did you say? You do some things. Did you say what you do to relax?
Oh,
you did
yes,
say that. You
yes,
mentioned that,
yes.
right? Okay, you did do that. So we will just be moving right along here, and we'll make things happen. And is there anything you want to say before we close down?
Well, I just want to tell students and teachers to put out there, you know, for a student, you know, to encourage them to read. Take the first letters of their first name, look it up in the dictionary every other day. That will encourage the student to read.
Repeat that again.
Let's say, for example, their name is Tyrone. Look in the dictionary, a very good dictionary, look up 10 words that begin with T, 10 that begin with Y, R, O, N, E, and so on, and do that every other day. That will empower a student to want to learn more, because when they look up these words, pick 10 words out of the dictionary. It will take your mind on
Right,
flight.
and it also increases your vocabulary. And
Yes.
I always say that if you read, a child can read a newspaper for 30 days, front to back, okay?
Right.
And read it. It will increase your vocabulary
That's true.
tremendously. I do believe that. We're very limited on our conversation. So, again, I want to thank you, and it has been a wonderful evening here on I Have a Dream Too, Empowering You TV talk show. So we'll be back next week, Wednesday, from 6 to 7 every Wednesday. And again, if you want to be a guest on the show, please call me at 516-945-9390. Anything else, Dr. Bennett?
Well, I want to thank you. We're wearing the same colors.
Yeah, we didn't even know that, right?
This was unscripted.
Right. Okay.
Thank you for
So,
having me.
Okay, you're quite welcome. Thank you. You can shake hands on that one.
Okay,
very good.
very
All
good.
right. Okay. It's been a blast.